In this problem, we're being asked to solve a quadratic equation that doesn't lend itself to factoring with a different method called completing the square. And let me show you how this works. It's a little tricky. There's a lot of steps here, so sometimes it can be confusing. I'll try to take this slowly step by step. First of all, what we want to do is just get the x squared and the x terms alone on one side of the equation. So what I'm going to do is just subtract 3 from both sides, and that will put x squared and the minus 8x here on the left, and the negative 3 on the right. I'm going to actually leave a space there too, because we're going to fill in something here that will complete the square. What we're really trying to do is make this chunk look like something squared. So x plus or minus something squared. This number right here that goes in this spot right here, it's going to, when you multiply it out, it's going to add up to this negative 8. So really what you can do is just take this number right here and divide it by 2, and that's the number that's going to go in here. So this should be a negative 4. And let me prove that to you. Let me show you how it works. If we multiply out this x minus 4 squared, x minus 4 squared is x minus 4 times x minus 4. And let's FOIL this. So the first terms, x times x, is x squared. The outside terms, x times negative 4 is minus 4x. The inside terms, negative 4 times x is minus 4x. And the last terms, negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16. We combine our like terms, we get x squared minus 8x. Aha, that's exactly what we wanted up here. And plus 16. So we've got the right number here. So this is the form we're going to be using. And we should fill in a 4 here. But we've got a little bit of a problem because we have to put a plus 16 in here. Well, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to add 16 to this side. The laws of algebra tell us if we add 16 to one side of an equation, we have to add 16 to the other side of the equation. So I can balance this by adding 16 to both sides. So when I rewrite this, on the left, I'm going to have x squared minus 8x plus 16. And on the right side, it's negative 3 plus 16, so that's a positive 13. So this is my new quadratic equation. I have completed the square here, and this can be rewritten as x minus 4 squared. That's the same thing, right? We just proved that down here. So my answer down here in this first part of the form is x minus 4 squared equals 13. So that's the first part of the answer, this chunk right here. Then it says, what's the solution for x? Well, this we can go about solving now by taking the square root. We have a square over here on this side, so I'm going to take the square root of both sides. Remember, when we take the square root, we need to have a plus and a minus result. On this side, x minus 4 squared, you take the square root of that, you just get x minus 4. And on the right side here, we're going to have a positive and negative square root of 13. And then to solve this, for x, we just need to add 4 to both sides. So x equals 4 plus or minus the square root of 13. If you're entering the solutions in separated by a comma, you would just say 4 plus the square root of 13, comma, 4 minus the square root of 13. So that is a first stab at how to complete the square to solve a quadratic equation.